we're dealing with this term natural person. I know a lot of people have tried to argue in the tax revolt groups that natural person is not the same as a legal person or an artificial person. And they get down all these, but when you really go to the link of this, you can understand why the government letters that will come back, especially to free men on the land movements that have been preaching that you don't have to pay tax. They really don't understand how the words work, let alone how the system's operating. So natural person, we can go to that, but first I want to read you natural out of Black's Law Dictionary. It gives you a more clear understanding of how the legal system is going to view what's going on in your actions and what you're signing to based on, of course, not only just words in themselves, but also the title or the name that you bear. So when we go to natural, in Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, it says, the juristic meaning of this term does not differ from the vernacular, except in the cases where it is used in opposition to the term legal. So it says right there, it's different because it can come in opposition to the term legal. And then it means proceeding from or determined by physical causes or conditions as distinguished from positive enactments of law, or attributable to the nature of man rather than to the commands of law, or based upon moral rather than legal considerations or sanctions. So there is a separation going on between what is natural and then what would be in the legal system, because we're walking into positive law, which is not natural at that point. So there, you have to understand that first to realize when we're talking about a natural person, what possibly is going on, especially when we're looking at the birth registration system, looking into how they separate the two names. So there's a purpose for that, but it hasn't been merged yet on this document. The merger has not occurred yet. It's separated. They're separated and distinguished from each other. But when we go into natural person, now we're getting into the confusion and the merger that has happened with most of the legal dissenters out there that are not happy with what they woke up to, thinking that they're being used as a piece of merchandise. So we go to natural person. Well, when they're talking about natural person, they're talking about the natural given name merged into the legal corporate surname. So when the two come together, yes, you have a natural given name, but now you don't have, you've merged into to become one, because that's what a merger is. And merger is actually confusion when you look up the meaning of it. So you've confused two things together, but that now is what is a natural person. So they're really saying it's your given name basically being natural merged into their legal person. So now it's a natural legal person. But a natural legal person is still defined as a legal person. So don't ever forget that. And a legal person is still a corporate entity. So it is still a legal body corporate. And that's why in the Canadian Law Dictionary, when they're defining what a person is, defining it in legal terms, that the only legal person known to the Canadian law is the body corporate. So they're saying it's only that body corporate. So they're talking about the surname because that is the body or the collective body, the aggregate. It's the collective. And in fact, when we were dealing with the video prior on the word all, it says that all is basically, it's dealing with the individual before they become subsumed into the aggregate. They say that's the all is the aggregate, not the individual before he gets like vacuumed or sucked in. So we have to see what's going on here. But again, if you've entered into it, you've kind of gone against nature. You've gone against it. You're going from natural into legal. And once that happens, one has to take priority, and that's the elective path again. So if you've taken an elective path down the legal side, then you're into the commerce side. And if you're in the commerce side, you no longer have what is natural. And natural is out the door, and now it's conditional, what you can do with what you thought was natural. And that's why people are very upset with the last couple months or a couple years on the medical pandemic that's been going on. It's because the fact is that they believed that they had the right to their own body, but not when they're in the legal body corporate system. So we have to be careful to understand these words. These words have meanings. So natural person, it is just a given name merged into the legal surname, and therefore the natural given name is now a natural legal person. So don't be confused. It's still in the legal realm. This is not a way out. This is still part of the legal enforcement.